A black man saves the day. A dagger in the gut. A pen in the shoulder. Griffin is a priest. Curtis was shirtless and sweaty, so I can get that out. Duke, Robin, Heather, and Helena stopped by, and Jason remembers everything. Plus, Ryan Paevey's in the studio next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, our song. It's our song. Every Sunday. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the GH Report here on AfterBuzz TV and AfterBuzzTV.com. I am one of your hosts, James Lott Jr. Of course, you can follow me on the whole interwebs at James Lott Jr. Not Senior, that's my father. And sitting next to me is the girl who, I guess your season just ended on Empire. You're the illegitimate daughter of Lucius Lyon, Lacretia Lyon.
Yes, and of course, since there is only one, you guys can find me anywhere at LACRETIALYON, anywhere on the internet. And
the guy in my far left, Frank Moran.
Hey, everybody, you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
That's it. Are you happy?
I am happy. Look at this, especially, well, not happy right now because, I mean, you know, I pretty much look like the before to the after. So, cool. Great seat placement today, everybody.
That's why we skipped my intro.
So, but no, see, we saved the best for last. You guys.
Oh, God.
I mean, Frank's good, but not the best.
New.
Yes, it's good. Hashtag Shady Sunday. Okay.
Oh, God.
So our guest today is someone who took miles to get here.
Oh, yeah.
Literally miles to get here today. You know him as Nathan West, or formerly known as RoboCop because of his acting in the beginning.
That's my favorite.
He loves that actually. That
I think
title.
it's hysterical. I'm like, you do realize I'm like the world's biggest geek, so calling me RoboCop is awesome.
That's
if you
right.
would have told my childhood self, dude, don't even play. And I'm also partly metal now, so
yeah, he is actually.
It's slightly true.
Ryan Paevey.
Yeah, I'm not a host, by the way, but you can follow me at my name at Twitter.
Yes, exactly. Studio audience. Thank you. Well, first of all, they already hashtagged you Detective Sexy Pants.
Oh, that thing.
I'm down.
That thing.
That's thumb down. And that's Miss Alexis in the booth, y'all. Miss Alexis.
Everybody. I missed you all, even though I just saw you an hour ago.
Hi.
So.
And you can follow her at 890, where all Alexis Tauruses are sold.
Aw, you did it. Thanks.
I have to because our show's over. Our other show's over.
Don't do this to me.
I know. So, and Ladine is in Miami with her sister just graduated from college. So she's actually down there celebrating her and that whole family thing. So hi, Ladine. She couldn't be here. Actually, can you say hi to Ladine in that camera, Ryan?
I can. Hi, Nadine. That one there.
Ooh. She'll like that.
You're missing out. They'll have to have me back for you next time.
Oh, she's going to love that. Oh, my God. She's going to love
I
that.
think Ladine is dead somewhere now. Passed out.
You know, Anthony Montgomery, who?
Yeah, Anthony Montgomery was her man. That was her man. Anthony Montgomery, that was her man.
I don't know, man. He's got a little bit of that Denzel vibe. You know, some people they don't walk; they kind of glide. He just does that.
Yes.
It's kind of like, you know, those things in the airport. They're like an escalator, but they're
movers.
flat.
Yes.
He just like has one of those underneath his feet all the time.
We love him. We have him on the show. We love him.
amazing.
We love him. He was great on our show. He was something else. And that's why him and Ladine got to meet on the show.
Got it. And the rest, as they say, is history.
So, of course, you can follow us on Facebook page, which you guys are actually really giving us some numbers. I think we're over 1,100 at this point now on our Facebook page, GH Report. And because of that, I actually have, thank you.
Ta-da.
I actually have the winners of our contest, and it's in my bag.
Good job.
It's right over there in my bag. I was going to announce the winners. Oh my God! So Alexis, we should have the camera on somebody else really quick, and I'll run and get them.
Sure.
I
Put it back on Ryan.
I can do that.
Put it back on Ryan, and Ryan and Frank ask him a question.
Okay.
All right. So now, partly metal. They're in your hand
metal.
right there. Now, how is
Yes.
it going through the airport, metal detectors?
You know, it's nifty. It's titanium, so they don't really. It doesn't beep or anything like that. And if anybody freaks out, I'm just like, look, man. Certainly there are better ways for me to smuggle drugs into other countries than in like surgically hiding them inside my wrist. That's a bit of a labor-intensive removal process, I think.
So it's not
It's usually pretty
adamantium?
obvious that okay, look, I did a thing. In case you were wondering, jumping off your motorcycle at 50 miles an hour wearing a tank top is a bad idea.
Yikes.
Who knew?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of did my little mini PSA just now, just
right.
in case you were considering doing that. Let me tell you from personal experience that I advise against it. But it makes a great story.
Yes, it does.
Heading over
There
to
you
the
go.
top. Yep.
The more you know.
The more you know.
The more you know. Okay, so yeah, we made our first round. We actually had a contest, and I picked 3 winners because we asked people to name Quartermaines. And people were naming some Quartermaines. I was like, oh my God, how funny. And I did allow Annabelle the dog, because Annabelle the dog was a Quartermaine.
Okay.
Right.
And we also and also included married Quartermaines were in there too. So that's fine. They were married. If their last name was Quartermaine at some point, it's okay. So our winner of our big prize, Judy, I'm gonna butcher your name, girl. Just please forgive me. I think it's Judy Katatsas.
That
Katatsas?
doesn't sound good. I think you botched.
I think I botched it. Katatsas?
I have a massive last name, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah, so I mean, I understand. My last name is Lott, so I was like, no, you can butcher that one. But it's Catasus. So, Judy, you are a winner. You named over 50 Quartermaines.
50.
50.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
She pulled out something. I was like, oh,
Oh, wow.
5-0 or
Yes.
15?
5-0.
Oh, wow.
Dear
And
Lord.
so, I mean, 'cause she named people like Jimmy Lee and Cecilia. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about them. So she totally named some Quartermaines. Now, I decided to pick 2 more prizes. They're smaller, but you still are winners. In second place is Kimberly Terry Howard. And in third place, Michelle Maxwell. What are your prizes? It's a surprise. So there. But thanks for joining in and doing the prize with us, of course. You know how crazy we are. And of course, and I use the hashtag ABTVGH Report and all that on our Twitter handles. So Ryan, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. And so you've been on, we were just telling us that you've been on almost 3 years now?
Almost 3 years. Flirting with it.
Wow. That's
Time
amazing.
flies.
And so how did you get in contact? How did Mark Teschner, who's our Emmy winner for the 9th time, love him, how did he get into your orbit? How did you get in him?
I was hanging out with my managers at their place one day. I have like a kind of a unique relationship with my managers.
Okay.
We're geeks together.
That's good.
So we talk shop over video games frequently. So I was just
That sounds fun.
Those,
Well,
are nice, those are the cool meetings to have.
Oh, they're great. They're great. All of our meetings are that way. I'm really good at video games, and so I was over there like helping him get past something, and just kind of, I don't know, as a side note, he's like, you should meet Mark. I was like, okay. Sure. Who's Mark? Who's Mark? I'll meet Mark. Let's meet Mark. Let's do that. So he called him, and then I went in and I met with the Mark.
He's the best. He's the best.
I love Mark.
So do I.
He's a good human. He really is. And he gave me some pages, and I memorized things really fast. So I just kind of stepped out into the room and I memorized them. And I came back. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let's do it." I don't know if I'm good. I have them memorized. I imagine we're going to find out about that
In a second
here. So apparently my RoboCop impression was a hit. And they brought me back in again later on to RoboCop the hell out of some more pages for him for a slightly bigger audience after Mark was Frank and the Inquisition. Well, I mean, when you go in for like a read like that, there's a lot of people and they're all kind of there, and you just have a moment of. I'm not somebody who gets nerves, but you do have. I did have a moment of oh.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going? I'm gonna do a thing real quick. Go easy on me. Go easy on me. And it worked out, and that was kind of that. It was strange because there wasn't really a part. There wasn't a. It's not a classical. It wasn't an audition. There wasn't a bunch of dudes who looked like me chilling in the hall out there, like sabotaging each other with bad vibes. As is often the case.
Yeah, I'm
sometimes.
sure. Like,
I try to be the nice guy. I'm just like, oh, you don't have your script here? Just take mine. I have it memorized already. And I don't mean that to be like, I know my lines. No, I mean, I feel like the person who's supposed to get the job is going to get the job. If I don't get it, it wasn't supposed to be me. That's okay.
Right. So if Frank got a job over you, you wouldn't be upset at Frank. You'd be like, great, Frank.
Like that never happened.
Well, you are an agent
happen.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But I'm not one of those people, though. I think that there's a place for every face, and I want us all to make it, man. I'm not
Me
trying to
too.
beat
That's
anybody or anything like that. I got food in my fridge, and there's gas in my bike right now, and I take pictures of cool places because somehow or another the universe structured my life that way, and I'm lucky to get to work and try and do all this stuff. Like, things are good. That was fortuitous, and that good luck is carried for 3 years with a very brief interlude, but that we're going to write this one off for Brian being stupid. That was not the universe's fault. It can only do so much. After a while, it's just like, really, fine. You fine. And then afterwards, just like, was it fun? Was it worth it? No, I didn't think so.
So your 3rd year anniversary. So
Yes.
what's your learning curve been like for GH between now and 3 years? What do you feel like you got like so much more comfortable with than you were at the beginning?
Oh yeah, I mean, before at the beginning, I didn't even know what upstage meant. I had to I was learning vocab words, let alone how to do the thing. I have been fortunate that I've gotten to work with some really unbelievably talented people. I miss Finn. I used to get to work with Finn all
I
the
know.
time.
She's the bomb.
I don't get to work with her hardly at all anymore.
y'all had such chemistry.
No knock against anybody that I get to work with. But that was how I was ushered in before, and I still remember sitting in the office and talking to her about my resume, my fictional resume, about why I was in Port Charles and all this stuff. So, I mean, I have, to go back to your question, a complete and total inability to pat myself on the back for anything. So I'm just going to say I'm still learning aggressively across the board. Trying to really actively sponge as much as possible. But I've been fortunate that I've gotten to be a sponge next to some really, really great and giving people. Being on a soap, I will definitely say, not that I am the voice of experience when it comes to a varied acting resume, but I think it really helps you with all the left brain stuff. You know, we have almost forensic blocking sometimes, so that all of your lines, which you have a lot of, by the way, so you're great at memorizing text, you need to be able to handle those comfortably and hit all your marks and do all of that technical stuff. That maybe that's not the most glamorous part of the job, but that's kind of the meat and potatoes of the gig, I think, in my humble opinion, that if you can hit those things, then the creative stuff, that comes later as well, because to make a show, you don't want to be that guy who can't get your lines down, or that girl or whatever, and you can't find the right spot, and you forget your blocking and stuff like that. They're in this particular universe, you have to be able to do those things, and I think that it definitely, you as an actor are responsible for your growth in the right brain category, but this teaches you a whole different left brain skill set, and I think that all of that stuff got buttoned up really quick. As far as the creative thing goes, I mean, that's a work in progress for the rest of my life.
Now, people are talking about, we were talking about General Hospital today, what the week that was, and we'll talk more with him, of course, a little later and take phone calls. But more than one person is talking about your photography. They love your Instagram.
Yeah.
They say you have an eye for beauty. Just want to make sure I mention that to you, because he is much more than just a hapless detective on General Hospital. You actually, off camera, you take some great photography.
I appreciate that. No, I was saying before, I'm lucky that I have a downtime in between our shooting schedule to go and wander, because that's kind of me, and I take pictures, and I get a lot of feedback sometimes. You know, people asking if it's ever going to be for sale. Is there blah 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 blah. So I have a little announcement about that at some point if you guys are interested. You just let me know.
Okay, yeah, we'll totally keep you on it. And Cheryl Hogg, see her comments. Cheryl Hogg said you're her first true love on General Hospital.
Oh yeah.
One of our regular viewers. Say something to Cheryl. Say hi to Cheryl.
I'm your first true love on GH. That's I am honored.
There you go.
I am.
And Cheryl has also requested me to kiss you and say it's from her. Also, Alexis has volunteered, and she says
tribute.
Frank would be a choice. Yeah, because she's like, anyone, I'll ask Frank. And I was like, all right. We're like, Frank would totally do it.
Frank would totally do it. He's already there. It just makes sense.
He's already
Is this a swingers thing? Is that what's happening right now?
We'll try to work it in.
Lots of kissing.
Yeah.
That's what
Just
I'm talking about right now.
Sorry.
Everybody put their keys right here on the front. All right.
It's a really great place. We got wine in the back. It's gonna be fun. I made a cheese plate.
Yeah, they didn't warn you. The former guest of the show didn't warn you what we do here.
There was a sign. The thing that I made you sign. That's what that was for.
You do know that I've been on a bike for like 7 hours today, so I probably reek of
We have a shower in the back. You'll be fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna need to, courtesy would dictate that I hit that before we.
You got it.
And Cheryl indicates even more than Blackie Parrish. That's a big feat.
I know. I mean it. I that's as cheesy as that sounds.
Yeah.
I am honored to be held in any amount of esteem on the show. So I will take what I can get.
Do you like Ryan? Wait, Ryan, you're Ryan.
I do. Sometimes I like him more than others.
I met Nathan, of course. Do you like Nathan? Is it important for you to like him as an actor?
I think Nathan has some things that he could work on these days.
Frank's quiet over there. Like,
I do like Nathan, but I think I consider myself to be like an aggressively honest person. So I have personal problems sometimes with
Claudette.
with dishonesty.
Yes.
That being said, I think it's important to have a character that has human characteristics, and nobody's perfect. Like, so you got to have some skeletons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I like Nathan. You know, I think that if Nathan were a real person, he and I would maybe have to go have a scotch real quick and have a chat about some things. But I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's maybe done a couple of little dumb things here and there, and he needs to square that away. But we're human. Who hasn't done stuff like that, you know? Not to excuse lying.
No,
but I'm saying I don't think he needs to be burned at the stake for it.
No.
Yeah, a lot of fans are wanting you to be a serial killer. Noticed that pop up several times.
Oh, yeah?
How would you like to do that storyline, be a serial killer?
I think rage is a fun thing to play.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fun. Not to imply that that's the only way to go the serial killer route, but to step outside of the calm places, I think would be fun. I'd be all right with that. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to see. Lots of people talking about it.
Yeah, they are.
I was like,
am I like a Ted Bundy type?
I
like,
guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sweet and charming, and then 3 weeks later you become an ottoman?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, I'm lucky I have blonde hair. Bundy dated brunettes.
You know,
so,
I like brunettes.
Yeah.
So you're safe. You're safe, Lucretia.
So I think you're going to be okay. Besides,
I'm gonna die, but he's safe.
if for no other reason than that, but also your name is a throwback from Final Fantasy VII, so you have immunity.
Final Fantasy VII saved my life. I need a T-shirt.
Yes.
I
Okay.
will make one.
So we're gonna start the storylines. Just gonna get through them, and so we'll talk more with Ryan, and we'll take some of your phone calls, of course, because I know you guys are just itching, and everybody's like, "Frank, say something." Everybody's
Like you want me to be talking? Come on.
They're like, they want you to talk about, I guess, about Nathan. They want you to talk about him. They're like, talk, Frank. Come on, say something about Nathan in front of him. Like, we'll talk about that in a second. He was part of the storyline this week, so we're gonna talk about that. But the first thing we're gonna talk about is the standalone episode that was on Monday. It was Jason.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Very interesting. And we
Interesting,
got to see Helena, Robin, Kimberly
nice.
McCullough,
Yeah.
our girl,
Yeah.
and then Carly, of course, came there to talk to him too,
And Sonny.
And Sunny, yeah.
So what do you think about that whole bit? And juxtaposed to Michael and Sam having their talk.
Yeah, interesting that there's been such a big setup about Jason's memory, and it's basically almost like being Jason 3.0 with that latest accident. So then the decision to all of a sudden kind of backpedal and then make it all open again. Interesting choice. I don't know if I was enjoying more seeing him just as being the new version of Jason.
Yes,
since
me
we've
too.
seen that twice before with that character, two versions of him. So I was excited to see a third version of him, just to see what that was going to be like.
Yeah, I agree. I was a little disappointed.
That day.
Yeah.
Also, it was a really nice motorcycle.
Yeah.
So it's a real. I know it's a real motorcycle. Did you see it on? Because it was all knocked over.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, God, no. Don't do that, please. No.
It's like every time I see a muscle car wrecked, I'm like, it's like destroying the
When you see it in a car, like in movies where they just like legit destroy them, and you
That's why I can't
doesn't
watch
it,
Fast and Furious.
kind of gut punch you a little bit, like, oh God, no.
It's like, no.
Because that motorcycle was knocked over.
It
It was
was
sitting
so nice.
there.
It was just laying there. I know. We talked.
You and the motorcycle talked.
Yeah.
Obviously, yes, you guys talked. I like that. So were you going to say, Lucretia? What were you
I was
thinking?
gonna say I really liked the direction of that episode, like the having Robin and Helena and Sam and Carly and Jace and Sunny come to Jason. I am disappointed because again they missed Michael being the most important person to him.
Yeah.
But the thing is like I just didn't need to have his memory back. I was liking that he was a new person. So,
I think Billy Miller is doing such a great job following Steve Burton. I mean, because Steve Burton was such a huge character on the show. He was he was there 20 years. And have Billy Miller come on from being two other established characters in other soaps, he really made Jason his own. I liked him as Jake Doe, and I also like him as Jason. I mean, he's doing a great job. So I'm like, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do from now on. Now that he has all his memory back, will he go back to being Sonny's side man? I mean, or will he be new still? He knows his memory, but still go a newer direction. I'm always wondering.
Yeah, because that's the thing is he doesn't seem to want to go into the mob, and I'm like, I don't want that to change because I don't want to see him going in the mob either. That's tired and old to me. Yeah.
No, it's even with having his memories back, he still has relatively 2 years of life experience where he wasn't that. He was just Jake Doe. So to see how that kind of how he incorporates that with his previous life of Jason Morgan, we'll see what happens.
And we'll see if he still stays Quartermaine-esque too, because you brought him back with the Quartermaines again, kind of. He was in that, or he got the company back. He was in that orbit, so we like it. The fans want him to be part Quartermaine. They really want him to be kind of back in that fold. So I'll see if they do that or not, because he's really good. Also, Jason needs to buy a car, a limo. He needs a driver.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's always wrecking or getting run over.
Yeah, a lot of us are a little accident prone.
Yeah, you got your skull bashing this week.
Yep. Yep.
We're going to talk about that. They're saying there needs to be a Ryan-centric episode, which meaning a Nathan-centric episode. They mean, I guess.
Hey, I'll take it. I'd love that. You throw that at the powers that be. We'll see what they come up with.
You put out to the universe, it might provide.
Right.
So basically, then it just leads into the aftermath of the crash and just the parade of just all these characters were out there, just so many things going on, and how basically Jason saved Dante's life.
Yeah.
Lifting that big thing. At first I was like, "Where's Nathan? Like, where?" I was wondering where you were at first. I was like, "Well, it's this big crash. The driver's dead. We knew Carlos was going to escape at some point, but I was wondering where you were." And then you were running
Yeah, I
around.
got knocked around in the van a little bit, and then I went running after Carlos, and that was that.
I mean, okay, we talk this off camera. Okay, folks, you guys agree with us. Okay, especially for Man-May. This is Man-May on GH. How is my Carlos's size? No offense to Jeffrey, of course, to Vincent, of course, but overpower you.
I love Jeff, man. I don't know, but we were both laughing that day.
He's funny.
You know,
It's funny.
I gotta say, a rock is a great equalizer.
But I guess a rock, and then Nathan on the cell phone, so he can't hear the footsteps behind him. I guess is that.
The more you know.
I just always think of Killer Croc, where it's like, I'm gonna hit him with a rock.
I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a Batman reference for those of you who are not nerds.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I thought people might not. No.
Some may know. Who
I'm
knows?
proud of you.
Yeah.
What is it like filming a car crash on a soap set?
Oh yeah, good question.
We're in a rolly chair right now. We could probably approximate that really quick, but it's kind of just like 1, 2, 3, and then and then you're like. It kind of depends, you know. There may or may not be like a small army of people outside, like rocking the van, and it's like shooting a car crash scene. It's like shooting a stunt in any other kind of situation. This was relatively docile because we didn't actually have to mangle the vehicle while we were in it. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, we're all a team. So you get your guy on the sideline to cue it, and we crash the car.
Well, we like that. I like the fact that you did call for backup. I was like, that's good, before your phone went out in the fake forest. Now I'll tell you something. We've been making fun of the real outdoor sets recently. People were, you haven't been outside. Were you outside once? I think he was.
I think they were in the park.
Yeah, with Mac.
Yeah, we Mexican Park. So we kept laughing because we know that's the studio outside the studio.
Yeah.
We actually like the sets on inside that are outdoors better, actually.
So I got a note on that too. Kudos to the crew, man, because these sound stages, they're like giant airplane hangars, and in ours, the only set that is stationary is the hub. The hospital stuff down at the end. That's the only thing that's there. Everything else is on a rotating basis. Every day you show up, you have no idea what's going to go on. You know, Crimson's here, and then the next day, Crimson is not there, and that's my apartment. The outdoor stuff takes up 30% of the entire space, which for a single set is massive. We usually have a whole bunch of different sets all over there. I'm oftentimes, I'll be in like the last scene the night before, and then the first scene the next day, and in that span, they've removed, a magazine headquarters, my apartment, and the PCPD, and all of a sudden there's a forest there now. And I mean, we're talking down to dirt on the ground.
No, it looks like it, yeah.
There's a forest. Like, I could lay down, there's pine needles.
Oh my God.
Like, it's legit. It's pretty legit. And I every time I walk into their outdoor sets that they've constructed, I'm blown away by how quickly they do it, because I'm like, I was just here. I was just here.
Right.
This was a jail cell yesterday. Wow. Now it's a bunch of pine trees. And they're beautiful. So kudos to those guys for whipping that stuff. I mean it. If you could take a walk on set, even up close, it's legit.
Well, how did you enjoy shooting those real outdoor scenes? It was nice just kind of get out of the studio, because I don't know.
A little cheese.
I like being outside. I mean, it's always interesting when you're outside, because we'll start talking and then there's an airplane. Or we'll start talking and somebody drives by on a motorcycle, which is bad for the sound guys and also bad because I'm always like, what is it?
What is it? What is it?
Sounds like a Duke. I think it's a Ducati. I think it was a Duke.
And they're on, Ryan.
Focus. I'm like, you stopped anyways. Don't say it was my fault. It wasn't my fault. You stopped before I got distracted.
Yes.
Thank you very much. No, I mean, it was fun because it was different. We were outside. I like being outside, so that worked out good. But it's always nice to have, just a little variation on.
That makes sense. That's true. So Dante was pulled to safety by Jason with the pen stuck in his shoulder.
I know. I'm like, I love how Dante finally gets a story, and it's all about Jason.
I know.
I'm
Poor
like,
Dante.
come on, Dante.
Your buddy Dante.
Yeah, I know.
Nathan's buddy Dante.
Yeah. He's been through some stuff, that guy.
Yeah.
God, it's like, he's been through some stuff. They say that. So he gets stabbed because that's what Carlos decided to do to cause the crash.
But it's been great to see throughout the time you come on the show and been partners with Dante, just through you guys' relationship. I mean, just very much able to just be able to call each other out on stuff as well, even for your own issues there.
I like having scenes with Dominic. We have a very cop vibe sometimes. It literally is just like you want to go grab beers, let's go grab beers, and then it does that calling each other on our stuff kind of thing. That is kind of our natural. He'll just walk in and I'm like.
I wish we could do an 80s cop flashback of Nathan and Dante,
Right?
in a dream sequence or something.
Okay, so there was a thing ages ago when Levi was still on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And he was we were on the Haunted Star, and I
Yeah.
don't remember the content, but he was it was the middle of a hostage thing, and Dante and Nathan, Dominic and
Yeah,
Ryan
right.
had a back-to-back thing.
Yeah.
And we were just literally like,
Buddy cop
is this
movie.
happening right now? This is gonna happen right now. This is gonna happen right now. Which one is Riggs? Am I Murtaugh or Riggs?
That's right. Oh, I love it.
It's like, you're definitely more. God, who would be Murtaugh Riggs? Guys,
Yeah, I know, I
I was
know.
gonna say you're more Riggs, but I don't know.
Yeah, who's going to sit on that toilet?
I know.
Right?
That's why I was like, I'm too old for this shit.
I have so all of my gym clothes are super geeky T-shirts with the sleeves cut off, and the latest one is I'm too old for this shit.
Oh, I love it.
Well, the other one is the new Stormtrooper with the red
yes.
across his face.
I see that.
And it says disobey instead of obey. It's a take on those Andre the Giant
Yes.
stickers that you see on crosswalks across the nation.
Yes. I like that one. I see that
That's
one. I like that
funny.
one. Oh, yeah, it's so funny. Well, in the same token, Nathan got hit over the head, so he had to be brought into the hospital.
Yep.
And your women all got along.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing how cataclysmic cranial injuries bring people together.
Yes.
You know, priorities,
Yes.
right? So
Everybody was nice to you because before they came in, your mother, Liesl, and Maxie had a nice little talk. And then they kind of came in together, and they tried. It was a really fun moment with you guys, actually. You know, you're laying there all bandaged up,
Loopy.
whatever. Yeah, loopy. But it was a fun moment because they were trying to get you to stop being a cop, kind of being joking about it, and it was kind of fun.
I like. I mean, I love scenes with Kathleen. Anytime I can get them, I'll take them.
Yeah.
But also, it's nice to kind of see them play nice, so to
Yes.
speak.
Yes.
We save the cat fights for until after I have surgery. It's like,
Let's play a quick one word association game. You have to think of just one word.
okay,
Michelle Stafford,
hysterical.
Kirsten Storms.
Beginning,
Ooh, I like that. Donna Mills
legend.
with Kathleen Gotti.
Oh,
I like that answer. That's not even a word. I like that answer. I'm like, oh, that's an answer.
I like her. You get 3 words.
Kelly Thibault, Miss Britt.
I miss her.
That's what she said too.
Nostalgia.
She said the same thing. Nostalgia. She said the same thing on her show. She missed her. Those are all the main women that have been in your life.
Yeah.
That are in your life.
It's a good thing we didn't make out. That would have been awkward.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
That would have been weird.
Very Game of Thrones.
I know, right?
Seriously.
Or the show with my namesake, the Borgias.
Yeah, the Borgias, that's right. I love it. Then we move on to another dagger situation.
Uh-oh.
Julexis.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Sam, he used the dagger to kill Carlos.
Man.
I can't believe they're just treating Julian this way.
I
Like,
know.
why do they? I mean, Julian's such a cool character. They have to write him down in the dumps and using the dagger that killed Alexis's mother to kill Carlos. And he was his bro. Like, they were going in for a hug.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I know.
not so much. Not so much.
I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Side note. Was that you at 9 years old, that picture?
that was me.
That also looked like you.
That was me.
That's when I was always about to ask that. That was you.
That was.
So they say,
totally me.
Ryan, we got a picture of you at 9, and you just say, here you go?
Yeah, well, I texted my mom and I was just like, "Hey, they need pictures of me as a kid." And she's like, "I got this. I know you. I know you do. I know you do.
You go,
just
Mom.
Send them on up." And
I know.
I know, right?
You
Please,
go, Mom.
please. We're looking 9, so like, I don't need like bare ass baby pictures on a rug. Like, you know, school stuff. So that was
Yeah.
like, I went to Coast Christian schools, and I
Okay.
think that was their classic. We had uniforms.
Yeah.
So it was either like a white or a maroon polo every day.
Hey, that's right.
Every day.
No, I
So that
hated
was
that.
that was a maroon day.
So that was you. That was you, Kevin. Okay, so I'm kind of upset about this whole thing too. They're making Julian really just now. Now he's just bad. And Frank, I know you got something to say about it.
No, it's man.
Go, Frank.
For a character that had such possibility of getting out of the mob, and there's going to be so many other avenues you could explore with them, to just pull him back like this. And I don't know if we imagine. Certainly, Carlos. There's so many times where they thought he was going to be killed off the show.
Yes, and your favorite. Carlos pleading for his life all the time.
Yes. I don't know if anybody thought like this is the way he was going to be going out.
I know.
I mean, I guess in the end, he's done by what he thought was his best friend, his closest ally.
But my thing is this: is he really dead? Like dead?
Yeah, no one's ever dead on soaps.
There's a lot of buzz, but
Yeah.
but I'm like, I don't think that you're ever really, really dead, and I think that Jeff is such an unbelievably, absurdly, spectacularly talented human being across the board. And we have the same taste in alcohol, which is awesome.
Very important.
It is.
I got
it
it.
is.
I got
I hang out with Jeff relatively frequently. I miss that kid. We need to hang out this week. No, he's a good human, but I think he's just an incredibly creative and talented person across the board. And are you ever really dead? Like,
I would think of any character, Carlos is somebody that I could see being brought back. Because, man, he has like 9 lives.
He does.
He's gone through so much already.
Selfishly, I'm really hoping it happens so I can have scenes with him.
Yeah, I agree. I like Carlos. I'm like,
Me
we
too.
need to keep him around.
Or you
Like,
guys could just wander around with us while we hang out with a camera. And
Yeah, here's a new reality show.
So I don't know what with Julian, it's just like, boy, they were really painting him just like at a point of no return.
yeah, it's a bit of a
I'm
raw
so
deal.
mad about that.
Oh, but he's talking to your sister Nina though on the show.
Yeah.
They're having little
He is.
talks.
You know, historically, people who do bad things and talk to my sister don't do very well.
Right.
So, yeah, I haven't gotten there quite yet. I'm still chewing on it, but Julian and I may need to have a discussion about acceptable rules of conduct.
And I feel like this is going to be the turning point for Alexis. Is she going to stick to what she thinks is, the right thing to do, or she's going to be just so swept up with Julian and trying to protect her man that she's going to compromise herself?
She already is. She's waking up and drinking wine in the middle of the night. I mean,
And everybody's reading her. Everyone's opened the book and read her so far. But Sam read her last. She was like, I went through this with Molly, and was like, well, no, I'm not done. And then she's trying to call her and say, well, you and Jason, because wait a minute. Because she believes her father's guilty too. She's like, I believe he's guilty also.
Well, love is blind, right?
But what's interesting in those scenes, though, is that Alexis can't turn off her rational mind, and she will try to work it through. Like, when she thought it was the gun, like, well, there was a window of our time where the gun was unaccounted for. Nobody could see it, so you could have easily doubled back and picked it up. And then even when it finds out that it wasn't a gun, it was a knife that did this. So she's like,
And then she pulls out the dagger at the end, and it's all you see is her presenting the dagger. Just like, you did it, didn't you? You did it! God, it's like you're ruining them. They really are ruining them. After all that, oh my God.
That's why it's like just a downward spiral. Like one thing you could forgive, but like to use that knife and to lie about it.
I know.
It's like, why, Julian?
I know.
You were the good mobster.
I know. And then we got, so Griffin's a priest.
Griffin's a priest.
A Roman Catholic priest.
Father Griffin Monroe.
And that makes him hotter to me for some reason.
Yeah?
It's because of Ed Norton and Keeping the Faith, guys. Like,
It's not because of Ed Norton in Primal Fear.
No, that one's pretty
That's
good.
a slightly
Like, he had multiple
slightly different take on that vibe.
Oh, yes,
exactly.
it is.
Yeah, different. He was molested by, or said he was. by
Said he
a
was.
priest. Yeah.
Said he was.
Then he-
well, let's backpedal for a second, because last week
we're getting
we had a moment there where you and Griffin have an interaction right there in the locker room at GH, where you just happen to just have a spare shirt.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You
You
know.
guys talk shirtless the whole
No,
time. It's
Epiphany told me it was okay, so I mean,
well, Epiphany says goes. I mean, that's
we were both like, this is gonna happen. All right, let's take our shirts off together.
Isn't that weird? Is that weird? Because you're busy remembering dialogue, blocking, but your shirt. Yeah, exactly.
I know, right?
And your shirts are off in the scene. Like,
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. He's cool. Like Matt's room is next to mine, so we end up running into each other and hanging out at work all the time. And we're both like fit dudes, so I see him at the gym at work, which has gotten much better lately.
Well, speaking of that, Robert was on last week, and he said 2 things to talk to Ryan about. Is one, his photography, but then 2, also the gym that he had built over there.
yeah, Robert Watkins told us that last week.
It's well, I mean, I didn't do hardly anything. I contributed a little bit of stuff. In the beginning, it was a bit. I liked like gritty, nasty, dirty gyms,
No.
rusty, messed up metal and all. But you know, we kind of started to make it a little bit better, and I did a little tiny bit of stuff in the beginning, but really it's Billy Miller that took over and just gave the place a going over, man, like a whole new deal. So we all have a pretty solid place to work out now, thanks to Jason 3.0.
So when you read that scene in the script, like, all right, so it's going to be me and Griffin hanging out in the hospital locker room with our shirts off. I got to schedule a little bit more gym time.
Yeah, I'm in the gym all the time anyways. I'm thankful it happened then and not now, because I've been kind of I've been eating stuff I shouldn't for the past like 5 days. And
Or bad food vice. What is it?
I'm like a gummy bear fanatic.
Gummy bears,
I
love
love
it.
candy, like massive amounts of like sponge sugar of just
And if
no
they sell it at
nutritional
Whole Foods,
value.
it's fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm that guy who like, you know, I have like multivitamin gummy bears.
No.
And then I eat the whole thing because they're gummy bears. And then you have a moment of like, well, at least they're water soluble.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. But you know, you look in the back and it's just like, what's the serving size? 2 gummy bears. How many are in here? 76. Oh, all right. Well, slightly outside of the. No, definitely gummy bears. But I mean, I've been picking out for the past burgers. I went out. We had donuts the other day, and like.
All right.
He's a really
I was bad. I was
real-
bad. I was bad. I owe some penance in the Church of Iron here. So
You need to be doing some comedy. We give Ryan some more comedy, please. He's almost cussed, everybody. Almost said it. He's effing hilarious.
yeah, there we go. See, that was secretly my MO today, was to get somebody to drop
I almost
an
did.
F-bomb.
It's not hard for me. It's not hard for me.
I was almost there. We were
I
almost
almost
there.
Trust me, push enough buttons, he'll say it.
I'll say it.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm already ready. I'm like,
That
go
sounded
ahead.
really dirty to me for some reason.
You know you want to.
This
Right?
is for TH after
Well,
dark.
you know.
Alexis can't knows where my buttons are. That's what's going on. It is
Yes, I
dirty.
do.
Yeah, I
It
know
is
where your
really.
buttons
Yes, I
are.
do.
Exactly where my buttons are.
All right, it's the AFTERBUZZ story.
Exactly right.
AfterBuzz
After dark.
After dark. Okay.
Well, there's been so much talk about yours and Griffin's backstory.
Yes.
Some kind of connection. So even though do you guys, I mean, certainly the producers aren't telling you the full story, but do you guys start making assumptions about like, what you think?
At this point, we have, I think, just enough information that I know something you don't know.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Oh boy,
Bullet wounds. Mhm.
what is it?
I have an idea that he was sleeping with Claudette, and you caught him and you shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
my
my
prediction.
prediction. That's what I'm thinking.
That's my
Maybe.
prediction. He's on maybe.
Well, let's put it this way. How many times have you seen me shoot at someone?
not that many times.
Have you ever seen me hit any of them?
No.
So,
Maybe
in
you didn't shoot
keeping
him.
with the aim of a stormtrooper thing,
Or 2 dead shot.
I'm not sure, but we definitely have a connection in the past.
They do, obviously. He's all nervous around. He's like, oh.
So,
And you're like, he seems familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember the people you shoot?
I don't know.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't shoot. Maybe there's something going on there.
I was just gonna say I have fired at people from 6
Yeah.
feet away and missed them. So
Oh my God! But speaking of Finola Hughes, I mean, she had some amazing scenes being so angry.
I have a massive
Oh,
crush
I
on
love
her.
that.
massive crush. He said on Finola Hughes.
Just saying that.
Well, you guys
right
had
now.
chemistry, and I totally thought they could have put you 2 together.
I
That
agree.
could have
I don't
been a little
know why, yeah.
workplace thing. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Technically, she's not my boss anymore, so
No.
it's like totally.
okay.
If,
No.
You know, I don't know.
That
We'll see.
scene where they start doing the last rites
know.
for Carlos, and Sonny just I mean, he does it, and he's just like, it's not a thing. It doesn't make a big deal, but when you do this, and her face, her reaction to that
Jesus.
whole scene, she's like, she cannot believe this is happening.
She's so good.
Oh, so good. She's like,
It's like painful sometimes. You just watch people and you're just like, what am I even doing here? Like, why don't you just have her be Nathan? Oh God!
No, because she's so talented.
She's so good.
But you're right. Her face was just like, "Is this effing happening?"
Yes.
I won't say it again. Effing happening. She's like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
She's like, "What is going on? We got to get a confession out of him." I agree with you. Her face was just like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it was like she just knew time was running out, and nobody was like, please, guys, please, come on, just ask him. Just ask him. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
All that stuff was just fantastic.
I agree.
You can always lean on Finn to provide you with moments like that.
Oh yeah, easily. Even her Duke moment.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
That
Don't
was
even-
sweet.
I get gushy to thinking
Yeah.
about the whole Finn, like with the Anna and Duke stuff.
And then when Andre
It's
came to
amazing.
save the day.
Andre saved the day, and they have chemistry too. So it's so funny.
Yeah.
'cause
Ah.
When they're holding hands,
has it with everyone.
she has it. Finola does have
Well,
it with everyone.
she's one of those.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to not like and all that.
Yeah, you can tell you guys all like her. I mean, she's just, but just the scene with when Andre he found her, and she's just looking up at him, just like, oh my God, you found me. He's like, we're friends. I mean, of course I'm going to always look out for you. And it was amazing. The scenes were just, everything was amazing with her. But she was so just distraught. She wants to get Duke's, wants revenge. She wants justice.
And that scene right there in the church, the hospital chapel, right there afterwards, where she walks in on Griffin, kind of praying right there. And then as they're talking, and he's talking to her about forgiveness, and he says, she thought how she found it insulting and condescending. I just thought that was just a great scene.
Yeah, I loved, their dynamic there because, like, she doesn't, agree with him and is saying it. And so many people in that, situation that she's in would be afraid to, but not Anna. Nope. She's like, I don't care what you think right now. I think
but that's also a really human thing, though, too, is to feel that kind of like, don't you talk to me. No, so Anna's character as a person, I think, is not someone who would keep quiet about something like that.
No. And I also like the fact that she was just like, wait a minute, this is one big thing you've left out. We're talking about each other's life. I'm getting to know you, and you didn't tell me you were a Roman Catholic priest.
Yeah.
Like,
that just comes up in conversation.
But it's like they're talking about their lives and you're filling each other in. It's like, why didn't he say anything? I mean, like...
I don't know. I don't know if I'd tell him as I was by the way, guys, I'm also a priest.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, in a sense of that, because they're getting to know each other and fill in the blanks. And I'm thinking, well, when you fill in that I was a priest. Also,
I would like it if Griffin was like always something that they needed at that moment. That's what it was putting on. Like, oh yeah, we need a sommelier. I'm a mechanic.
Like Roger on American Dad, he just comes in with a new costume.
What happened? What else haven't you told me?
Well, this is funny. We have 100 people watching off and on, so that's really good. Thank you guys for tuning in live.
Oh, wow.
It's all for you, Ryan. They're here for you.
Really?
No, they're not here for me. I'll tell you that.
Oh, they like you.
I'm here for you.
There you go. She's here for you. And everyone is like, they would love to see you and Griffin be brothers. Because your father parenting is just, we don't know who your father
Nobody knows
is.
who my dad is. We
thought
do
it
look
was
alike.
You guys do look alike.
Yeah.
We thought it was Tail Penglis. I mean, Victor Cassadine.
Yeah, we were flirting with it for a little while, but then
That would have been cool.
It was cool. They died. They just died it. So everybody wants you guys. But yeah, I think the Anna and Duke scene was a nice welcome. It was just kind of fun and just kind of seeing them together, loving each other. And Anna, Fidelia Hughes can do the tears in the eye that just stay there.
Stay.
As she oh my God, it's like
it's actually a talent to be able to suspend the laws of physics for a little while.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my God.
she can do that.
No, and it's a great way to be able to hear Duke at least in this kind of context, to be able to have somebody that's dead at least gain the knowledge of like, oh my gosh, I have a son, and just see that scene play out.
Yeah.
Just to see what the reaction from Duke of learning that information.
That's one of the things I like about soaps, actually, that I actually will suspend a belief, because I like when a ghost is like, or a vision comes back, and they kind of be able to kind of play it out a little bit. I don't mind, because in real life we kind of wish that sometimes. I mean, I wish I could fuck my grandmother again or whatever, but like I can see it on a soap. I actually like that. I think it's kind of great.
Yeah, it gives that audience that kind of emotional kind of closure that they want. That.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never even got to have scenes really with Duke as a character.
wow.
I think we maybe had a couple of times where he and I were in the same place at the same time, and maybe a word or two was exchanged. But you recognize someone as being so important to someone you do care about, and I'm living proof that you can be nostalgic for a person you didn't have a personal connection to, simply because of their meaning to someone you do have a personal connection to.
I like that. I like that. Somebody named Rachel wants you to say hi to her. Can you say hi to Rachel, please?
Hi, Rachel.
There you go.
How are you?
Yeah.
They're dying. They actually got
Don't be dying. Dying is bad.
like, James, please help Rachel. Okay, I'll help her.
So, Brian, you mentioned that, and James has mentioned as well, is that your parent, your father.
Yes.
So a storyline that was kind of hinted at. Liesl was saying like, oh, if they really knew who the father was, it's even more dangerous than they suspect, and that just kind of died on the vine.
Yeah.
So for you, was it like, all right, I'm getting teased by the potential father, and then that kind of just goes away for a while. So for you, were like, hey, what happened, guys? Remember when we were thinking about this?
Yeah, I feel like the parentage thing is perhaps an issue to be addressed at a much later date. I don't know that that's going to be upfront. I do think we will get an answer to it at some point, but right now, I think the connection to a male in my life these days is going to be, who is Griffin?
Yeah, who's Griffin? That's going to be and Claudette.
But I think we're going to find out about Dad at some point.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Very good. And so Carlos is dead, as we think. We just said earlier we think he may not be dead, but he went to decide to say something and then
Yeah.
looked at Anna. He's like, She's like, he's going to tell me something.
Yeah.
Well, there's like, do you have anything you want to confess? And he's like, nope. And he's
Nope.
like, what?
Yeah, like she just got so irate. Like, seriously?
He's like,
Even in
nah.
death,
He's like, nah.
He's lying to a priest. He's lying to a priest. Why are we
Right.
doing this?
Right. He's like, nah.
Yeah, I love her and Sonny's little quarrel over there while he's doing the last rites. Because she's like, seriously? Seriously?
Oh, I gotta love it. And then we have to see Heather Weber back, Miss Robin Mattson, who I love. Franco Randamami. That's for advice. And I actually like the painting he did of her.
Really
Yeah.
nice painting, yeah, for sure. Why would you go to Heather?
I know.
Like, she tried to kill you, and that's who you want to go to advice.
My first ever experience with Heather Weber was her standing there in a weird hut in the middle of the woods or something like that with a giant knife covered in blood.
That's
so
right.
That will forever be her in my mind.
That's right.
You know, Franco just wanted to go to mommy for advice, even when your mommy's a psycho killer. You know, still your mother.
Yeah, it's still family.
Yeah, but like, what kind of great practical advice could you get?
The more you know, still fam. Family's still fam. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just like, I mean, I love Robert Mattson, so seeing her come back is nutty. And she's just she delivers lines like nobody else. It's just great, and just seeing her on there. But I mean, it was kind of a weird scene. And you go to her, and then all of a sudden, of course, he stands in front of a laptop in soft lighting, naked.
I love how he did the Naked Man. And if anybody who's a How I Met Your Mother fan knows that move is the Naked Man, and I guess this was one of the 1 out of 3 times it doesn't work.
I like the lighting that was on his body from the laptop. It was like he had lighting from top, and he had lighting emanating on his stomach and chest. I was like, oh, okay.
I love how her first question was, "Are you cold?" Though that was really telling.
Well, you know.
That's so funny. It was like, it's interesting, but it obviously didn't work out because they both kept getting advice to go have sex. Like, that's what you guys were good at, have sex. But obviously they had more than just sex, and so it didn't really work out.
No.
So making love.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Now, my favorite part of the whole week, and as you guys know this, of course, and he knows this also because he plays really along with me all the time in real life. He's great. Curtis was shirtless and sweaty,
Yes, he was.
talking to Hayden.
Man.
I don't even know what he said. I don't even know what he said the whole episode. I don't even know what he said. I was so busy looking at him shirtless and sweaty. So you guys took over the storyline.
Because James could
James,
contribute
like, I don't
nothing to
remember.
it.
I don't even know what
Plot-wise.
you're talking about. Plot-wise, I don't know what we're talking about. I mean, okay, sure. Great scene in the gym.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's going to be like with Nicholas and Hayden, it's going to be like War of the Roses.
Yes.
Very much where they're just
That's
going to
what I
keep
got.
trying to destroy each other's lives constantly to see who can come out on top.
But I like that whole idea of like sell stuff to sell it. When he did the app, I'm thinking probably like Close 5 or Take 5 is that app where you upload it to your phone and then you just sell it. I love that whole idea. Just sell the stuff off, make money for it, and keep it. Sure, why not? They got a big house. Windermere's big. Sure, why not? But it's again now they're friends. They really officially are friends.
Well, not even just friends, but good friends. He got elevated.
Yes.
He got the bump to good friends.
He said
status.
that. He got good
Yeah, I mean,
friends.
she
It's
did
an important
co-sign his
adjective.
lease.
Yeah.
He did. So now they're really good friends. But again, they have such chemistry together. Rebecca Budig and Donnell Turner just have such great chemistry together.
Yeah, it's
It
like,
works.
I want to see them in a relationship. Like, just fast forward through this Nicholas stuff,
Yes.
and let's just get to see the two of them doing a relationship.
Yeah, I'm over that. Like, because it's just so disgusting, to be honest, just how they go at each other. I'm like, could we have Hayden in a nice relationship, like with Curtis? Like, this is a little sick. Well,
Yeah, they're all they're all for
Yeah.
Caden. That's the shipping name. Caden. That's right.
And I always feel like those are at least in soap operas, those relationships that really work, where both people come in and they're friends first and they've been completely open. Each other knows everybody where you're coming from, and that's even if it's you're not the most upfront or stand up person, but you've been honest with that other person. Like, yeah, and the other person was like, yeah, I know you're a lying, dirty thief, but hey, I'll still I love you anyway.
Right. And then of course Liz moving out. I don't know much to say about that. I'm like, homegirl, I used to be a nurse, and you make some good money, but I don't know how you found a house and for your 3 kids and all that. I don't know how that's working out.
I'm constantly surprised sometimes when they throw us new clothes, or Nathan takes Maxie out on a date and orders a bottle of Chateauneuf du Pape, and I'm like, how much do they pay? in Port Charles?
Cost of living is way low.
Yeah.
It's
I
way
was
low in
gonna
Port
say,
Charles.
like, you gotta be shrinking overhead big time to be throwing bottles like that around at dinner.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, she's moving out. So they saw her folding some clothes, and she's moving out. So I guess we'll see her new house at some point.
Ooh, look at that.
a new set. What?
A new set, I guess. Did I miss anything this week? Did we catch everything? I think little Danny was talking for a while. We saw him. He's cute.
Yeah.
No.
I guess one thing is, we have Ryan right here. I mean, so much of with Claudette being a storyline
Yes.
that's coming with you, and you and Maxie, just those scenes where Maxie just, man, she will just like grill you and grill you. Well, like in her attempt at being subtle, like, oh, I just want to know what was your exact wedding plans for the day when you got married, just so we don't duplicate it.
Right.
Right. So we don't duplicate them. Got
Yes.
it. Cool. I don't think subtlety is really Maxie's strong suit, and I also don't think letting things go is really Maxie's strong suit. So I imagine there's going to be a fair amount of grilling going on for quite a while until the grand reveal.
God, I wonder who they're going to cast for Claudette. Do you know yet?
I have no idea.
Okay, dang. I wasn't be a known actress or not. I just wonder who they're going to cast.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people from soaps
that could use work.
You know, yeah, it's like, yeah, there were 2 soaps canceled on ABC.
I know.
You could bring some more people. I mean, you brought Rebecca and Billy. Yeah.
I have suggestions, but that's not.
Yeah.
So for you, Ryan, since you don't know all the specifics with you and your Claudette's backstory, but as when Nathan came on, very much like a stand-up, like Dudley Do-Right kind of character, like, you know, a lot of integrity.
Yeah.
How have you made that choices to kind of like what your kind of reasoning is why Nathan would be reluctant to be so upfront and forward with what his backstory is with Claudette?
Good story. Good question.
I think the only way to justify it is to play the shame angle. I mean, everybody has, I think, skeletons in their closet that were either partly of their doing or partly not of their doing, but represented kind of a bad time in your life. And you know, time moves on, and as that event gets farther into your past, you kind of feel a little better having it out of your day-to-day life. And so I think we can all kind of sympathize with having things in your life that you are happy to have left behind. You know, you can't go back and change things. You can't change the way you feel about them necessarily. It's not that easy. But I think that he just wanted to forget about it. You know, he just wanted to go and wipe that off the books. It was a bad thing. Let's just forget it ever happened and try and find some normalcy in life, have a normal relationship, you know, go back to doing what you're good at, do your job, you know, find solace. That's another thing that, you know, people use, I think, as a coping mechanism is your job. If you're good at what you do and you enjoy what you do, you bury yourself in your work to make you forget, I think, some of the bad things that have happened to you in your life. So I don't think it's a stretch. I think it's maybe slightly out of character with the whole dishonest thing, but I don't think it's a stretch. I think it's a human thing to be afraid that a secret that you've kept will cost you something that you didn't know you were looking for but have found and now greatly value. I don't know that he came to Port Charles looking for a relationship, but he found one. And I think the fear of losing that is a powerful motivator.
That's a good answer. Yeah. Really good answer.
Yeah, I love how our Melvin friend said she loves Frank's hard journalism today. I was like, that's funny. I was
I love hard
like, I have to repeat that. That's a good comment. Yeah.
I got my Edward Murrow hat on, ready to go. All right, Ryan.
You're asking really good questions. Yeah. Okay, so before we're going to take some phone calls, of course. So Alexis will do her due, and we'll get some phone calls. In the meantime, we just want to announce to you guys that the soap block is growing. There are 2 new babies being birthed next Sunday. Y&R is going to have the Restless wrap-up right after this show, and then I'm doing the Bold Breakdown for Bold and Beautiful, which will be after her show. So I'll be bringing up the Restless 7 again. But we're going to make a big announcement on Tuesday, a video announcement. We're going to be taping it and sending it out to everybody about all the particulars, what's going on. She'll talk about the new host and everything. It's going to be a great time, so that's Tuesday. Look out for that. But yeah, Bold and Beautiful and the Restless are joining the Sunday soap block here on AfterBuzz TV, so all 4 soaps. Finally. They've been in the works for a long time. So we're very excited about that. Okay, we have our first phone call, you guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay.
I'm already ready.
Thank you for calling General Hospital After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. You are calling live, so please say your name and where you're from.
It's Cheryl.
Oh my
Hey,
Jesus.
Cheryl.
Cheryl Hawk, girl. Have at it.
I can barely contain myself.
You're her first true love on GH, she said. So it's good.
Like, I've been watching the whole show, and I see his lips moving, but I haven't heard a word he said.
Well, you have your time. What would you like to say to him, or a comment or question?
I'm here for you, love. Let it fly. I'm not shy. Let's have it. Let's have it.
All right. I know that a lot of people don't like Nathan and Maxie because they think they're boring.
Okay.
But every happy couple is boring. But she is just nosy enough that I just know when she goes to New York, she's going to look up Claudette, she's going to come back, and she's going to be back to interrogating you.
Yeah, I don't think the grilling is over yet.
I'm certain it's not. No, come on. Maxie is not known for letting anything go.
I was going to say, I don't know that letting things go is really in her character, so...
But I wanted to say that I love your scenes with Kathleen Gotti, and I love your scenes with Michelle Stafford. You really do have that family side down pat.
I like my family, my GH family. I like them a lot.
I knew who your dad was.
Yeah, we were saying before, I don't know that we have any clues about who that is, but I think that's probably a question that'll be
If
answered.
he's more evil than Victor Cassadine, he could be Valentin Cassadine.
They keep throwing that name around. It's a Cassadine. We don't know yet.
They were hungry for me to have a Cassadine connection.
And
So
the guy
we'll
that
see.
they had initially touched on to play him, I believe his name was Matt Borglini or something like that, and you very much resemble him.
Yeah?
He used to be on All My Children years ago.
Yeah,
years,
and he has
years
the
ago.
same eyes,
Yeah.
the same general look about him.
Interesting. Okay. Wow.
That's a possibility.
So anyway, I'll let somebody else talk to you, although I really don't want to do that. But I have to be fair.
Well, thanks, Miss Cheryl, for calling in.
Thank you, love.
All right, you should point him to my group because we have lots and lots and lots of Ryan Paevey Man Crush Monday.
Tell him right now. What is your group? Tell him.
Yeah, what is this group?
Tell him on Facebook.
My group is General Hospital Forever.
Okay. All right. General Hospital
It's on
J's
Facebook.
Forever.
It's a Facebook group.
Okie doke.
Okay.
I will check that out.
See, you told him yourself.
All right.
Well, thank you, Miss
All right.
Cheryl. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
that scene in the police station where Kathleen came over and you guys had that scene right there, it was so great, and I felt like the Obrecht and Nathan scenes, like I feel like so much of this happened off camera, so we see a moment like that, it's like, oh man, I wish we'd see more moments like that.
Hey, I'll take our next phone call.
All right. Thank you for calling the General Hospital After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. You're on live, so say your name and where you're from. Caller.
Hello.
And
They're
you're gone.
awestruck.
All right.
Awesome.
Awestruck by Ryan.
All right. Thank you for calling the General Hospital Report here on AfterBuzz TV. Say your name and where you're from.
Kevin from New Orleans.
Hi, Kevin from New Orleans. What would you like to say to Ryan?
Hi, Ryan. I really enjoyed you. I had a question. I know you used to do some correspondence work from, I think it was like Extra or EP. Do you still do any of that?
I haven't in a while, mostly due to scheduling conflicts, but I still go over there and hang out with everybody all the time. Even if I don't have a job, I just show up. Even the guy at the gate just knows my motorcycle. I don't even take the helmet off or anything. He's just come in. And I hang out in the office with Lisa. She's the EP over at that show as well. I mean, I still have a close connection to everybody over at Extra. It's good humans. Aww. So I pop by sometimes just to say hi, and we have bagels in the morning. I bring them coffee.
Oh, I love that.
I miss seeing you doing that stuff, so hopefully you'll get back over there soon.
I think I probably will. I'm in there all the time. So at some point, we'll get something lined up. Usually I've got like a couple of free hours, and so I'll pop by and say hi before work or something like that. But we'll get something worked out one of these days.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Well, nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you too, though.
Thank you for watching, Kevin. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.
And we take our next phone caller. So that's kind of a nice question, but
All right. You are calling in to the GH report here on AfterBuzz TV. You are live, so say your name and where you're from.
Jennifer Kaufman from Kansas City.
Love Kansas City. I want some Gates barbecue now. Some burnt ends. So good.
Actually, I don't think I've ever had Gates barbecue. I'm not really from Kansas City, but yeah, I live here.
Oh, well, Jack
Even
Stacks
I've
is
been
good
to
too.
Gates barbecue
Yeah,
because
Gates
I have
is good,
family
yeah.
there.
I'll say Jack Stacks is good. Oklahoma Joe's, they're all good. I know all the
Hungry.
places.
Barbecue sounds
I
really
know
good.
barbecue sounds really good. So Jennifer, what would you like to say to Ryan? We'll get off of food for a second. What would you like to say to Ryan?
You lost me.
Well, Ryan, I just want to say that you are great on General Hospital. I love your character, and I'm glad you actually came on to this show. I have been watching General Hospital. Oh, gosh, I can't even think. I know I was in grade school because my mom got me into it, and yeah, that's been decades ago. I want to know what to expect from the nurses' ball this year. Is it going to be bigger and better than last year?
Truthfully, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So no Magic Milo for you this year.
I don't know. I think after the first 2 years of watching me awkwardly gyrate to some musical number,
I'm down.
they were. I think that it's always good to have like a guy in a dance troupe that's not a good dancer.
Yes.
It's always good to have one. He's over here like, nah.
Yeah, Chad Duell is like that as well. It's like both of you. You're like, okay.
But you have to be like a certain kind of bad dancer for it to be funny.
Yeah.
There comes a line after which point they're kind of just like, you put that on TV. What is wrong with you? Get him out of here. What is? So I think after 2 years they were kind of just like, well, I don't know. Did you see what he did last year? We don't really want to do that again. That's not. So I didn't get to see it, but I did send them coffee. So I hope that their pupils are dilated and their movements are jittery. I sent them.
So when is it? Sorry.
No, go ahead, love.
So when is it going to be showing?
I think a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be a couple of weeks. The actual air date, I don't know. I think because of the nature of the project, it takes us a whole week to film it.
Wow.
They get a little bit of wiggle room in terms of what the actual final air date is, but we're T-minus 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah. Well, you'll know.
It'll trust me as it comes closer, the powers that be will make sure that you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. And one last question: are you going to be at the GH Fantasy event in LA on Saturday?
Fan club weekend?
Yes.
Oh, I'll be there.
Are you going to be there? Oh,
I've never been, so I'm excited.
Will DeVry and I do a lot of these things together, so he and I got some stuff planned this year.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're on Twitter or anything like that, but I'll see.
Yes.
So find some of the stuff
I follow
that he.
you.
Okay. I will throw some stuff out there about Will and I's upcoming stuff too, because I think this year we got some cool stuff planned.
And Will has indicated to me that you guys will take your shirts off at the events together. So,
It happens periodically.
Also grab kettlebells, start doing some stuff with that.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Miss Jennifer.
I am super excited.
Yay. Thanks for watching our show too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for letting me talk to you guys.
All right, perfect. We'll talk to you next time. Thank you.
Sounds great. Have a great day.
You too. We have another phone call, of course, for Ryan.
Oh, I think you left. I'll answer this one then.
Okay.
Thank you for calling the GH Report here on AfterBuzz TV. You're live, so please say your name and where you're from.
Hey, everybody. It's Jamel calling from Brooklyn.
Jamel from Brooklyn, our buddy. So what do you have to say to Mr. Ryan?
Oh, I want to say, like the other callers, I enjoy your work on the show. I love your chemistry with Max. You all little banter back and forth was very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think other woman, somebody called in and said they was curious about the extra, your extra gig, and I was curious too because I thought you were a great correspondent for the show, and that was sort of how I sort of connection between your character and they were talking about your upcoming storyline. So I went right back to General Hospital that time a couple of years ago and saw what you were doing and stuff like that. And but I did have a question. When you were a correspondent, it was so cute that a lot of times when you would ask the stars the question, they would sort of be a little gagged. They were like, wait, who is this, handsome man asking me these questions? And so, I mean, I would just be real. So I wanted to ask you, you don't have to tell the name, but was there ever a big star when you went to some of those junkets and when you went to The View, when you interview people who ever just sort of on the sneak tip hit on you? Because when you look on camera, it looked like they were just.
Oh yeah.
They
did. I got an email. I've gotten a couple of emails afterwards. So they're like, "Hey, I'm not going to name drop because I'll get crucified for it." But I'll get an email from my people, and they're like, "So, famous person would like to know if you'd like to have a drink."
Wow.
I was like, I like drinking. I could be persuaded to do that. I've gone and grabbed drinks a couple of times, and that's fun and flattering, and it's always really funny when it happens in the middle of an interview too, when you notice that like your physical proximity to somebody keeps shrinking, and they're like all of a sudden we're spooning. Only in that situation can you I feel like spooning is not a grudge. Like you can't just be like, oh my god, I just accidentally spooned.
Did any of the people who contact you, was you attracted to them? Like, was it like, was it a two
He's like, he's
and you
digging
couldn't
in.
do it, or was it like just somebody older or something?
No. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being older. I don't discriminate based on age.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they were very attractive.
I knew it because when you were on the screen and you would, because I remember, I think the fans asked you this because you did a good job, and when you would, Mario's wonderful too. He's my crush when I was younger, so I love him. So when you went to the camera with that microphone, I don't know who the stars was. They would, they'd be on the carpet and you'd say, "Hey, I'm from Extra." They turn around and be gagged for a moment. Oh, wait a minute. So I knew that, sometimes they probably. They probably was, hitting on you. But and also, it's about the show itself, I love your family. From your what is it? What are you going to say? Stepmother to your real mother. Those ladies, like, you had the special episode on with your mother on there. And she's wonderful. I love her. But Donna Mills, oh my God, when you first was on there and you thought she was your mother, you sort of dealt with a lot of powerhouses. And Michelle Stafford, it's just, and I want to say you are like the Dudley Do-Right of Port Charles, but oh my God, tonight just seeing the other side of you because you do take beautiful pictures, but you're so funny, wickedly funny, and I'm loving it. I'm like, well, this man is not the character; he's a good actor because you're not the character. You really are very funny, very very funny.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much. He is really funny. We're gonna take a couple more phone calls, of course, before we close up. But Jamel, thank you for your commentary. Is always so good every week when you call in. Thank you so much. Hold down Brooklyn for me, my grandmother.
I will absolutely.
All right. Bye. And we're gonna teach a couple more phone calls. And Lexus, do your thing.
Hold on, waiting for them to come in.
Yeah, I saw they were coming in.
It's all good.
So people really like you on Extra. They really want you. I'll be like, you take a job.
I'll have to call Lisa and just be like, hey, look.
Listen to this episode.
The fans want me.
They want me.
I got to do a thing. What do you got?
Thank you for calling the GH Report here on AfterBuzz TV. Go ahead, say your name and where you're from.
Hi, this is Simran calling from Florida.
Hey, Simran, how are you?
Hi, I'm like stalking you guys. Say hi. I like think hi, James. I say hi, Ryan.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I am good. I am tired, and I feel bad for everybody around me because I think I smell bad.
No, that's fine.
I was on a really long motorcycle ride today.
He smells like sunshine. Don't worry about it. So what is your question or comment?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for coming onto the show, and you guys are doing a great review as always. My comment is with the whole Nathan Claudette storyline that's going on right now. Since you kind of made a comment earlier about your your shooting aim, and how maybe that's not going to be the case, that you shot Griffin because Claudette was cheating on him. With him or whatever. Yeah. I think that maybe that whole Griffin being Claudette thing is gonna be the case because you and Griffin, you and Matt had some awesome chemistry in that locker room.
You think? Oh,
that's so funny. Oh my God.
If that's the case, they're waiting to drop that like a bomb on us.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I was watching that and I was like, I'd be okay with this.
Would you be okay with it?
That's so funny.
I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about it.
Guy. Yeah.
He is a good looking guy.
Matt Cohen is a good
guy. You should think about it. It's a good
I should think about it. We'll talk to Nathan about it. I mean, I like brunettes, but they're typically women. But like I said,
I wanted to mention Frank. I totally agreed with you this week about Julian's hair. I thought he should just take the blade he killed Carlos with and just chop it all off.
Frank, there you go.
Yeah, what is with that mobster hair he's got going on now? It's so cheesy.
Yeah. I think he just went all in. He knew he was going to kill Carlos. And he was like, you know what? Let me just flick it back. It was horrible.
Oh my God.
We were talking in the chat, and I don't think anyone got around to saying it, but we felt that you just had to know that, Ryan, how handsome and hot you are. And I just had to tell you,
I don't know if
in case you weren't aware.
We've never heard that before.
I appreciate that.
He appreciates that.
Okay.
Well,
and James, I thought of you. As soon as Curtis was on the screen shirtless, I thought of you. I was like, this is going to be a great review this week because he was shirtless the entire episode.
Well, someone has said to me on Twitter, like, James, when you watch today's episode, text me or something like that. I was like, okay, sure. And I was like, oh, I got it.
I know, I saw it late, so I didn't have time to warn you.
And Donnell knows how I feel about him, of course. That's my buddy.
That was a great conversation him and Hayden had. No one can tell me that they don't belong together. I need them to make a million cute Hayden babies because they're so...
Right.
I love them.
Well, thank you, Simran. We have to wrap, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, take care. Well, that's all the time we have, guys. It's already over.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, kids. That's all you get of Ryan
You're
today.
off the hook.
That's it. All you get of Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, for being on the show.
Oh, yeah, and if you want, I know you're teasing an announcement.
Oh, yeah. So if you follow any of my Instagram stuff ever, I have a lot of hashtags at the bottom that have...
Fortunate Wanderer, they talked about already.
Yeah, that a bunch of them have nothing to do with anything, like briefly trespassing or, whatever. But Fortunate Wanderer was one that I had after a particularly nice day of adventuring, and I don't even remember which adventure it was, but I felt really, really lucky, and so I trademarked it. And I have a website that's up and running, and we're going to showcase my photography on it. Prints will be made available, and a coffee book will be made available, and at some point probably a small adventure clothing line thing like that will be made available. All of the inglamorous parts of the work have been done so far, so it's up and running. It doesn't really do anything. It's not quite ready yet. But yeah, I'm working so that if you do like my photography, you can have some of it in your home if you'd like.
That's great.
So that's fortunatewanderer.com. It's up and running right now, and I will hurry to make sure that there's something on there if you've any interest to bring to your home.
They do. There's nothing
AfterBuzz TV.
It's got fired. It's time to go.
It's like they tell they're interested. They're interested. And of course, you just watch him on General Hospital weekdays on ABC. And then, of course, just follow all his social media. He's on there and he's doing stuff. So follow him on there for all the upcoming dates of things he's doing.
Oh yeah. So. And I wander a lot. There'll be pictures.
But he'll be wandering. And of course, you're invited back here anytime. Of course.
I'll take it, man. I'm around. You know where to find me.
Yes, I do actually. I do. Now, Frank, tell them where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie and check me out every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock with my improv team Max at IO West here in Los Angeles.
Appreciate it.
And you can find me at LACRETIALYO anywhere on the internet since there is only one. And be sure to catch us at 4 p.m. on Tuesday as we drink and cry our eyes out with some scotch with Tokes on our final Castle After Show.
Final Castle.
Yeah.
You have a show where you drink scotch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're allowed to drink here.
I do it every week.
Yeah, we could do it.
That's amazing. That's the best show ever.
Watch the X-Files finale. That was me being drunk because Frank didn't want to drink.
I drink scotch for all the Archer after shows.
You can't watch Archer without drinking.
That's how you get ants.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. You're so funny. And I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me, James Lott Jr. on everything in the world. We'll see you guys next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.